Yeah. Come on. Welcome. Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you here. Midday money on a Wednesday. WINS day. That's the way we like to roll out here. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. If you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, super. Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. Come on over, say hello, give me a follow. Why wouldn't you? I put in my all-time Yankee lineup. Somebody tweet out, like, use your all-time Yankee lineup of Yankees you've actually seen. You know, it had to be, I think the caveat was it had to be players you saw. And I put my guys up with the years, with like their good years. So good, you know, I mean, obviously you have a whole, which I think would be an interesting thing for all sports fans or all, yeah, sports fans, right? Of a team. So mine, you go back and look at the 84, 85, 86 Yankees offense with Mattingly, Ricky, and Winfield. Holy cow. Go look at Ricky Henderson's 85 season. Or Winfield, like 82, 84, or 85, like all like those middle years of him in his prime. Crazy, crazy number. So my all-time Yankee team was Ricky leading off, Jeter second, Donnie Baseball, A-Rod, Bernie, Judge of this year. Obviously, Ricky 85, Jeter 99, Mattingly 86, A-Rod 2007, Bernie 99, Judge last year, Winfield 84, Soriano in 02, Posada in 03, and my pitching staff, Mileto Perez from 92, his 92 season. And this, you could go a lot of different ways here. You know, I picked Mileto because he had like a 2-something ERA, struck out a lot of guys. Jimmy Key 93, El Duque is abbreviated 98, Conan 97 was a beast. CC in 09, and I just put Mariano close. You could probably go a lot of routes. Like Moose had a great year, and I think 01, his first year with the Yankees, his best year. And funny with Messina, I don't know how I just got off on this. Tim, his last year at 39, he won. I think it was the only time he won like 20 games or something like that. He had a good, like he won like 17 and 9ers his last year, and he retired.
Now, real quick, what are the things around it? Like, if I was to say I make my all-time Mets team, do I start from
players
99?
you saw? Yeah, like players you saw, like that you
Like
remember. Like I can't put Mickey
when I
Mantle.
started watching.
Yeah, when you were like watching as a fan. Probably. Let me fix my light here. Probably like, you know, I don't know. You're probably like around 10 or 12. Remember kind of things. No.
Yeah, roughly.
Like I tried to.
No, actually, I went to. Well, I would say I probably started in 07, 08 because I went to 19 games in 08.
All right.
So I tried to go from there.
How old were you in 08?
8.
All right, so you kind of remember kind of guys like that. Like I can't.
I remember the last game at Shea.
Like I can't put up.
Loss to the Florida Marlins. Carlos Beltran hit a 2-run homer in the 5th inning. Like I remember that type of stuff.
Like I couldn't put up like Thurman Munson or, you know, like that. I mean, or Mickey, like because
I'll start from 07 and I'll be back in about 20 minutes with my all-time Mets team.
It'll take you longer than that.
Trust me. Well, we'll see. It doesn't really. You have.
Actually, you had some lean years. You had some lean years. Like I had like good stuff.
Well,
I'm also 30 years older than you.
I have the 08 core and like the 15 core, and then every other team sucked, so it didn't matter. So I'll be back in about 25, 30 minutes with my all-time Mets team. Let's do this.
And before you jump into your Mets, go look at Musina's career, and look at his last year at 39. Mike Musina's last season.
Baseball's name?
Mussina.
All right.
Pull it up on Baseball Reference and look at this guy's numbers.
Baseball Reference. What year are we looking for?
Well, I threw up his
08. His 08 year when he went 20 and 9.
That was his last year pitching.
That was his last year pitching. 20 and 9 with a 3.37 ERA. He pitched 200 innings. He hadn't pitched over 200 innings in 5 years before that.
He retired.
Yeah, he's like, all right, I'm good.
I'm good. Cool. All right. And the crazy thing is at that point, I'm like, yeah, Moose better retire because I want CC. Like, why wouldn't I take Moose at the back end of that rotation of their championship? Yeah. And no one picked him up. Think about, how about today's baseball where a guy wins 20 and no one's going to pick him up the next year?
Nope.
It wasn't like Moose he wasn't some kind of like psychopath either. He was a good guy. Like, he was just a solid citizen for the O's, for the, like.
Yep.
I don't know. It's just fun. You start looking at some of your
Yes,
old
I'm
teams,
gonna start. I'm gonna start building my team, and
and you'll
I'll
be
be
like,
back in a minute.
"Wow, this guy had a quietly sneaky good year."
Yeah, and I think I could remember some of the sneaky good Mets players. So I'll see what I can come up with.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure you have Benny Agbayani on there somewhere.
I'm sorry. What was that?
I'm sure Benny Agbayani will be on there somewhere.
Is it bad that I've never heard of that guy?
You know who Benny Agbayani is? He's an Ian Met. Maybe he's an
You're
earlier
gonna
Met.
have to. How do you spell that one?
I don't know. Figure it out. Benny Agbayani.
All right, I'll try to find it. We'll see we'll see where we go. I'll be back.
Oh my goodness. He doesn't know Benny Okay.
By
All
by
right,
the way,
listen.
Tommy Pham, 1 year, 6 million with the Mets, pending a physical.
That's not bad little pickup for a spare outfielder there. Why not? Get him in there. All right. So little 5-minute off rant there to start. It was just something interesting. If you go to my Twitter again, Mr. Sean Higgs, go to Twitter. The free picks are up on Twitter, and it was just okay. I'm a Yankee guy. Any team who's been good, like if you're a Cleveland Indian fan and you're in your 40s, you're going to go back to some of those mid 90 teams and see guys with great years or whatever. I don't know. I thought it was interesting. I was going back like, wow, I had some good year, quietly good year pitchers. It was tough figuring out the pitching staff because you have guys, obviously I left off a Clemens Cy Young season and, Cole wasn't even mentioned for me. Any hoot. All right. Sorry about that. As I said in the comment section, the Believe is linked there for uh, Apple, Amazon, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, wherever if you're watching on there. I appreciate it. Thank you. If not, it's okay because you're watching here on the live show. Wonderful. Maybe you missed a look at lines last night. Go back and find it. You can rewatch it. You don't have to watch a video. You can just go do it that way. But let's jump into recap yesterday. 1 and 2 with our college basketball. And it's funny. I mention all the time, like, I don't like adding day of kind of stuff. Well, those three were added day of. I go 1 and 2 of those. And of course, my premiums go 4 and 1, but we add delay plays that I added that were on the video here. And it turns into a 5 and 3 day. What are you going to do? Listen, I'm not complaining about 282 and 250, 230 games over 500. We're making a little bit of money in college hoops. And we'll get to the picks today in 1 minute. Hockey winner yesterday, getting wild with Terry. The Wilds get it done for us. 17 and 25 plus $50 in the video. And I think that was wrapping it up there. That wraps up our free pick segment. But we'll get to today's picks because there's a couple more there. There's a couple more there. Obviously, we're going to start back to front here. We'll start in NFL. Actually, I should start in NFL. That was dumb to say. Let's start at the beginning here with college hoops. Again, 104 and 90. We're plus 175. We got to get straight. We're back on track a little bit. We're down a little bit this week with our free picks. So let's get it going here on the right side of things. Army, again, this is a mix of games I did bet, games I have on a site, and some that were almost right there for me. Army, we got it. I bet it last night, 5.5. Yes. West Virginia, bet it. Yes, minus 1.5. Lafayette was a close call to make the premiums and to be bet on. It's making the chat here. 4.5. Lafayette. West Carolina was bet last night at plus 3.5. It is down to 2.5. So obviously I feel good about that one. A&M, Texas, that is not Florida. Texas A&M, not Alabama. Texas, it just says A&M. It's Texas minus the 4. Again, this was a close call game for me, and I'm throwing it in the chat. Try to get them going in here in the chat. We have an NBA pick. There's almost multiple NBA picks, believe it or not, for today. There was almost multiple NBA picks, and I'll tell you about them in a second. And then, obviously, after I finish up these, we'll call Tim in for his NBA. But Lakers plus the 4. Yes, I'm taking the Lakers. And you've been here. It's been 2 years of me doing midday money, and I've been kicking the Lakers back in. We don't like to bet them. I just don't think Sacramento should be a favorite here. Lakers, and I did a video with Lenny the other day. I said, let's take the Rockets. Obviously, they didn't cover that number, but Lakers showed a little heart there. And now you're getting some points at home. Maybe they show up a little bit again. I mean, they're a dog. I like the Kings. I get it. But, 4 at home, give me the Lakers. Hockey, Winner yesterday, 17-25. Let's get done here today. The Ottawa Senators minus 105 as a pick on the cold cash on the ice. NFL adding a play here. Eagles, we're already up here at 7.5. We haven't moved off that one. We talked about that. Look at lines. Chiefs first half making an appearance on the video today. Chiefs first half minus 5.5. Last time these guys played, it was like 20-0. Again, first half. We saw Jacksonville get down by 27 their last game. Slow out of the gate, to put it kindly. So we'll go Chiefs first half out of the gate here. And again, the Eagles. And how about this? Oh, it's scrolling underneath. I can't get it into the chat. Hold on a sec. 1 minute here. I'm messing up things. Why can't I pull this all up here? It's scrolling. You know what? I didn't even break it down. Okay, well, it'll be scrolling. And I'll work it out at another time to put it in the chat. I got to break it up here. But there is a Wednesday teaser here for the weekend. Kansas City minus 2.5, Eagles 1.5, and Dallas plus 10. All Will Hill lines. Kansas City first half obviously is mentioned in that as well, just because I was writing them down separate than the regular picks. Some props here out of BetMGM. Anytime touchdown, Kansas City. Pachenko plus 155, Tony 225, and Mahomes plus 350. Jacksonville, we're going to go Kirk 125 and Zay Jones plus $2 there. In Philadelphia, Sanders plus 105, Brown 105, and Smith 160. Giants, we're going with Jones plus 160 and Slayton plus 230. And again, I'll break these up after the fact and separate them so we could get them in the chat here, I guess. Let me see if I can do that here. Just put the anytimes by themselves would probably work out. That way everybody could see them and they'll feel better about their lives. Probably not, but whatever. It's funny. What is that? Why is that underneath here? What? Oh, because I'm clicking on the wrong one. That's why. Okay, so they're the anytime touchdowns. Just so people could have them. Just so people could have the props if you're getting down early. I just figured I'm going to start working on them a little ahead of time. Get them out here for us to know about. I want to call Tim in for NBA, but I don't know if he's looking at his Major League Baseball all-time team.
I can do a quick run through. I got most of my infield done. But that was okay. It's easy for me with the Mets because there's a lot less years, and I know exactly where I want to go for my team already. But NBA today, I'm already on the Dallas Mavericks. I took their money line around minus 125 area. They're 16-6 at home. There's a team that's favorited, even though they've lost 4 out of their last 5 games. The only win was an overtime one versus the Lakers. And they're going up against a Hawks team that's actually playing some good basketball right now, winning 4 out of their last 5, only lost to Milwaukee. And Dallas is slight favorites. I'll take the home team there. I took a shot with them. I'll go to the hottest team in the NBA. No, not my Denver Nuggets. The Memphis Grizzlies, who have won 10 straight. And they are right up there with my Nuggets for best home team in the NBA. They're 19-3 at home this year. Denver 20-3, but they played 1 extra game. I'm grabbing them minus the 7.5. I normally don't lay points like this. There's got to be a good reason for me to lay points. 10 straight wins and them looking really, really dominant right now. That's enough for me to grab the Memphis Grizzlies today. I did grab the Pelicans. I had them on a money line when it was like even money, and it's moved up to +3 now. So not really too happy with that one, but Pelicans 17-5 at home this year. They play good. Even without Zion, they're still winning games at home. I'll go ahead and take the Pelicans. My best bet is in the Indiana-Oklahoma City game, 10-3 my last 13 of them. That one's up on the site. And then the last one I'm fading my Nuggets, and I'm going Minnesota plus the 8. Nuggets on the second leg of a back-to-back. They'll win this game. It'll be a one-possession game. These games are never blowouts between Minnesota and Denver. They're always pretty close. So I'll go Minnesota plus the 8 in that one. So those are my 4 sides today: Dallas, Memphis, Pelicans, and Minnesota.
So I was against you on Dallas. I was like, I almost threw him up on the site as well. I was gonna take Atlanta just because I think that line from a 3 down to a 2 is odd. I just think Dallas is a better team. Uh, the Miami game, I kind of like Miami when I saw it go 1-3 because that would tell me I guess Miami's kind of playing guys and they're in a groove of we're gonna try to win some games here and play our
Maybe.
starters. That's why I looked at that one. Um, and the Lakers and the Denver or the Lakers, the Clippers and Minnesota games, you got two teams in back-to-back spots, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking the Jazz and Minnesota with you there.
hmm
So
But
that's,
I can't lay points with the Jazz.
that's the problem. As bad as it was 6 down to 5,
It was 2.5 last night when I did my thing.
and it
It
went
was a 2.5 point spread.
to a 6. Holy cow! I guess
It
they
was on
probably think
Benano.
I'm sure what's his name's going to be out. I guess I'm sure is Kawhi and George not
Somebody's
playing today?
got to
Played
be out
yesterday?
because it's the second leg of a back-to-back, and they can't play multiple games.
And someone said in the chat like, don't sleep on Kawhi. Like Kawhi has been putting up numbers. The problem is that
He's good.
They're still not winning anything.
No, they're not. They're
And
even
it's fine.
500
He's put up
this year.
numbers. They got no bench.
They're even 500, and I believe they're sitting in the 6th seed. I don't know if that proves anything. That I don't know. It's the kind of it just proves that mediocrity. The whole plan is great for the league to get more teams competitive, but at the same time, right now, if you look at the playing games in the East, you'll get the Bulls in there at 20 and 24, 4 games under. Sure, you can come into the playoffs, and then on the West side, the 6th seed down to the 10 seed are all even 500 or below.
I mean,
It just proved that it's mediocrity, and then at the end of the year, it'll end up being the same 4 teams.
Thank you for proving why we don't need expanded college football playoffs too in that conversation. Mediocrity.
Well, you got to keep in mind we're now there's a difference between that because college football has 150 something teams. NBA has 30 teams, and 20 of them are getting into a play-in or better.
It's terrible.
That's stupid. I don't like. Now, are the playing games fun? Yeah, they're fun. I mean, most of the time they're blowouts, but
I mean,
I get a couple extra games. Cool. You get to see teams like that missed it the year before, and then get in there, and then
they still lose, and then I'm just
you end up getting
when I see stuff like this though, Tim, we're getting an extra game. I want to see the best guy in that team blow out his knee and be gone for 2 years. That's what happens when you play garbage worthless. Because if it's not good enough for like a college kid to come play a ridiculous bowl game, why is it good enough for this guy to come play a game where they're going to lose in a series and not play anymore?
Yeah, if you look at it, like Oklahoma City is now in a play-in spot. By the way, they're a 10 seed at 21-23. That's great. They can go through. You could have like the miracle run, like what Minnesota did last year, where they got to get in, or they won against I think the Lakers or something, and they got into a play-in spot and then they end up having a competitive series against Memphis. But some of these teams, you'll get a competitive series, and then they'll end up getting blown out in the first round or whatever.
Yes, because you're playing sub 500 teams and playing. I mean, you don't deserve to be there. That's why you're in that game.
Yeah, you don't. I go back to the 8 teams, where at least if we go to the 8 teams, well, Utah would be under 500 right now, but at least it would be a little bit. I mean, I guess they want to do more because at this point, you can look at it now and go, well, the Lakers still have a chance. They're only a game back of the play-in spot. That's how you know it's bad.
I mean, they expanded it based on the Lakers not being.
Might as well just let everybody in.
That's why it was expanded.
It
was expanded to get LeBron in there. They need him in there.
Come on, guys. NBA, get your crap together. Go back to an 8-team. Play-ins are stupid.
Finish up your Met team.
I'll do that.
Reynolds 1-6 for the week. Yikes. South Carolina, yes. South Carolina, Georgia just had a painful week. I had Georgia. I thought it was going to be a cover, and next thing I know, they were down by 14. I'm like, what happened there? Rough one, Reynolds. Rough. Markel's in the house. Good afternoon, David. I like the Hawks tonight. I kind of like the Hawks with you too. I know Tim's on the other side. It just looks a little odd to me. Again, almost bet it. Swiss Haman Swisher. What's up? Let's see what them picks look like. We got them. They're rolling right here, baby. Army, West Virginia, Lafayette, Western Carolina, Texas A&M, all college basketball, NBA, the Lakers, cold cash on the ice, Ottawa Senators, First half Chiefs, Eagles, and then we'll add some Sunday stuff. Probably tomorrow. I'll probably do some more of that later. Miz coming in. Mizzou. Yes, I like what's this Mizzou game here? I got Mizzou myself. I'll take a little Missouri with you. I got a 1.5 and a 2 there. St. Louis, yes. That lines up to 5. I still like it there. The Bonnies +1. Where's St. Bonaventure against Duquesne? The old Dukes of Duquesne. See, that was basically a pick 'em for me, so I'm no thank you there. DePaul. DePaul, y'all. Where's that at? I thought I wrote that down somewhere. Here we go. Against Xavier. Yes. Yeah, that one. I got a question mark next to the DePaul. I thought about it. Miss. Grand Canyon -12.5. That one I did not like against Utah Val. I'm like that's a big number there. It was like a 10, I think, on an opener. So that's why I was like, why is that? Yeah, no thanks. Drake over 127. We know the best Drake is Miss Drake from Brewster's Million. I'm going to lean to Missouri State over there. But total wise, you want to go over. It was 129. It's come down. I'm leaning towards the under there anyway because I have that at 129. So I would say under that one. Colgate. What do we got here? Over 141.5. I'll say yes to that with you as well. Groovy coming in over Indiana NBA. Going to be a great game. Pacers okay. The Pacers have been missing a couple guys. So I mean, it's funny we're talking about Oklahoma's City game being a great game tonight. Maurice coming in. I got Indiana State -2. No, so last night this was a pick 'em. So the Sycamores you want to roll with? Sure. Texas A&M, yes. The Heat, I'm with you on yes. Tampa Bay over on the ice. Where's Tampa Bay against the Canucks? I'm going to say under. Although I did not bet that one. Bill, hey, Sean, is VCU a trap line? Do you like Providence plus the 8 points? I don't know if it's a trap line VCU. Where is this game here? VCU. I thought VCU played last night. Didn't they crush UMass? I thought VCU won last night. I could be wrong. I do like Providence. So we'll talk about where did I write this down for this Providence game? There's a couple college hoop games. Now Marquette is a team I kind of like as a home dog, or just a dog in general. I'll lean to Providence. It's 8 points, which is crazy. I mean, it was 6. It's 8 now. I might have to come in and bet Providence. This is right because I'm writing it down to come in and grab Providence. Providence +8. Yeah, give me Providence. Maurice, I'm on the fence UConn game. Don't bet UConn. Don't. If you're doing, I like UConn. I thought about betting them last night. The line was 4. It's gone up now. It's what, 5? They have not won a true road game, Maurice. And I did this like 2 weeks ago with Ross Benjamin. In 9 years. The last time they won on a real opposing court was in Memphis 9 years ago. I'm not talking winning at MSG or a neutral court game in Hawaii or the islands or wherever they're playing. A real road game with the opposing team's fans in attendance. 9 years. 9 years. Xavier by 3, loser. Providence 5.5, loser. Favored, by the way. Favored by 3, loser. Favored by 5.5, loser. Marquette by 2, favored, loser. You want to run in and I guess they're due. They're due to win on the road. So, yeah, you want to bet them. I'm not betting anybody who's due after 9 years. As I say, poop in one hand, hope in the other. See which one fills up first, Maurice. I don't know. We'll get you some nice, fresh rosemary soap for your hands. We don't, no way I can tell you to bet UConn. It is the whole or nothing. Detroit Lightning hit the like button like an adult. See, this is like his Detroit Lightning is coming in. What is that called? This passive aggressiveness. Detroit Lightning coming in because he's got free pick videos today with me. So this is him saying, "Hey, I'm going to text you for your free pick in the middle of your show. Like, hey, who do you like today? You got an NBA and a college hoop pick for tomorrow. This is passes aggressive Lenny here. Thanks, Lenny. I appreciate it. Where's your little thumbnail? Where's your sensitive little thumbnail you got now on the Picks and Parlays channel? You want to play games, Lenny? I know I know what you're all about, buddy. I know what you're all about. Marcos, what do you say? Hit the like button. I appreciate it. You're an adult, like Lenny said. Thank you. Oh my goodness, we're in what and my guy Tim, but Marcos is just hitting the send button. Tim is too young for Benny Agbayani. Yes, barely so. Pounded Anthony. You see, he was always a decent pitcher. I remember his last season was like yesterday. Tim, you don't know anybody. I mean, I think Benny Agbayani played like 10 years before he was born. Maybe even if he was 8 in 2000, was Benny even playing? I mean, I don't. Anyway, Moose's last season, the dude is. We saw, what is he, 20 wins or whatever? The guy. Hall of Famer, Moose. 270 wins. I don't think a pitcher today is going to win 270 games. Marcos, can you give a quick rundown on the college hoops game? If not, I'm going to start firing away with questions like I always do. Here, Marcos, I'm just giving a side out for every game here in the chat for you. Seton Hall, Samford, Western Carolina, St. Louis, Bond. And again, I'm just throwing these out. Don't keep a record because Marcos wants an answer on everyone. Bonnie's, Louisville, Virginia Tech, Nebraska, South Florida, Money Earning Furman, A&M, LSU, Indiana State, West Virginia, Temple, Illinois State, Missouri State, Tulsa, Abilene, DePaul, Mizzou, Utah Tech, Providence, Oklahoma State. That's Oregon. Give me Cal, Colorado State, Army. Give me Baltimore County. Give me Hartford, Holy Cross, Longwood, High Point, Upstate, Campbell, Charleston Southern, Lafayette, Navy. I guess Northern Alabama. There you go. Markel, Lakers winning. Yes. Nathan, Air Force first half screwed me. Had New Mexico State first half winner. Belmont winner. Boise first half winner. Air Force second half loser. Hey. Still 3-2. You should have made money. Corey Jones is checking in. Welcome, Facebook friend. Or no, you're on the YouTube today. Mike Walker coming. TCU. I like the other side. A&M, sure. Virginia Tech, VA under. I'm going to say no to that one. Abilene over, yes. Mizzou, yes. The SMU, I don't like it one bit. At the SMU's 3, it was 2 yesterday. It's gone up, huh? And I just said to take Tulane or Tulsa. Dallas, too low. Don't like it. Lakers, yes. Always down for a little grizzle. Who is it? The Vancouver Grizzlies we're talking about, right, Nathan? Michael, good morning. Michael could come up. Michael, you've had to hear the intro, right? We're talking about, I tweeted out, again, Mr. Sean Higgs, go to Twitter. I retweeted somebody else. I don't know how it showed up, but I found it. Michael, as a San Francisco Giant fan, could come up with a nice little squad there. I think Mike's a little old. He might throw a little Will Clark out at first base, like Will Clark. Jeff Kent at second. Did Jose Uribe hit like 30 homers for you guys at short one year? Who was your shortstop? He had a crazy shortstop one year. Decent outfield. You can throw some Kevin Mitchell out there. Bonds. Matt Williams at third base. Come on. Everybody, put your team out there. Tweet at me. This is too funny. I'm West Virginia 2 and Army 6. Tooch was talking about the Lakers. Oh, boy. All right. Well, I don't know if that's good or bad. I guess it's good because you're not a you're not a big square guy, Pounder. I know that. The Tooch one worries me though. Tooch, we're still trying to get. We're still trying to round Tooch into shape sometimes. You know. Thoughts on Cal +8? I just hate going back to Anthony here. When like people are on my games a lot. It's like as much as we talk about like, oh, it's the public side somebody's on. Well, sports betting's legal in X amount of states. It's a Monday night game, whatever. You're going to be on a dog or a public dog or a public fave eventually. Again, I just don't like that. Thoughts on Cal? I like Cal plus. It's 8 now. Huh? It's gone up. We'll take it. Yes, big win. Yeah, Cal's a little frisky at home. I had Cal the other day versus Stanford as 8-point dog. I think they won outright by like 20. Maybe the other day. I think it was probably 2 weeks ago. Mitchell out for Cleveland. Do not know.
I don't know off the top of my head.
I mean, it could be why the line's 8. Mitchell is out, but Garland and Levert. Is that Levert the band? Anybody know? Levert? Abilene, Utah Valley over. Yes, Ninja. Yes, Nathan. Had South Carolina +11 on teaser. Lost by 12. 5 to 6 on a teaser, Harley. Huh? Yeah. Oh, man. Brutal. Julie. Good morning. What are you drinking over there? What do you got in that big mug? San Diego State. I do like Colorado State. Here. And just they haven't played that well this year. And I wish San Diego State wasn't off that New Mexico loss, but I would still lean to the home dog here. Cincy -4, easy one. The Carm. Cincy -4. Easy money. Duly noted. Oh, wait, was that yesterday, Cincy, or is that today? No, Cincy's got South Florida today. It's 4. Don, welcome. So Ryan just got back from DR. Little Winter League baseball. Nice. We were just talking some baseball, Don. We love a little baseball. The car in Pittsburgh over Louisville. I'm not going to say that's not. I mean, listen, I said you want to take double digits with, now it's down to 9.5. Again, I'm not looking to lay 10 points on the road with Pitt or any. I mean, I know Louisville's bad. I'd rather just be at home laying 15 and be like, oh, Louisville's bad, not on the road. Sycamores, yes, Indiana State. T Money's in the house. Good afternoon, my friend. How are you today? San Diego State, yeah, leaning Colorado State. Told you about them Jaguars. Which Jaguars? South Alabama Jaguars? Or the Jacksonville Jaguars? Arizona State, Stephen Porter. Where's Arizona State? Where is Arizona State? I know it's in Arizona. Are they playing today? That can't be right. I mean, I don't have them here.
Arizona State plays tomorrow. I was just typing up the they play tomorrow against UCLA. They don't play today.
Confirmation. UMass got crushed yesterday. Yeah, VCU. Definitely not a trap line. UCLA, VCU crushed them. Duquesne St. Bonnie's, 1-point spread. I just went through all these. I said take the Bonnies, and I said take St. Louis. San Diego State for the bounce back. I'm on the other side of that, Nathan. I'm leaning a little bit on a Colorado State. That's not true. I do that every show. I know, Detroit Lenny. I'm just busting chops. Come on. Trying to passively tell these people in the chat to hit the like button. I appreciate it, Lenny. Pittsburgh, Louisville, 9-point spread. I know. I'm going to say Louisville. Vatek, I would lean towards the over in that game. I like that A&M pick, says Nathan. Well, let's hope it gets there. All right, thanks for a run. Yeah, I know. I mean, I was trying to be usually come in a lot of games, and I try to give you sides on them. You know that. Unless I'm, I think people might come in here and hear me say this game, and then come in like, well, I took those games, they all lost, and they go, well, I didn't bet any of those games. I try to give you a reason why I like or dislike something. Other games, they just don't. You look at the numbers, and again, it's Wednesday. Tim could look at the Saturday card right now and tell you there's 130 games. You're not going to do that on a Saturday morning. You got to look ahead of time, and you have to have games in your head that you kind of like going into that. Whether it's Tuesday or Saturday or Wednesday or Monday, whatever day a week. The lines come out. You should know what you kind of like already. And the line kind of guides you into more information or just passing it. Do you have your sights on a dog, a deep conference, a tournament run like at Oral a couple years ago? Yeah, that was a good one there. I'm going to say Creighton right off the bat. I mean, that's not a small kind of conference team, but here they come. Maybe people might not be ready for them right now.
College of Charleston.
The bounce back. They were in a little bit of a rut lately.
Rut. They're still 19-1.
Oh, were they? I'm thinking maybe had they covered? But you know what? You know what? I might be confusing Charleston with Richmond.
Richmond's been all bit of a rut, I think. College of Charleston and FAU would be my two dark horse, but they're both off to fantastic starts to the year. I think FAU is like 16-2 or something.
I think I'm definitely confusing Charleston with another team.
And then a dark horse, maybe like Houston or like Kansas. They might be a little bit of. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, but I mean a 19-1 team though. People are gonna be on that because people are on that Charleston here a little bit earlier in the season. I think you got to look at a team. I'm just looking at the A10 real fast, see if maybe something here. So yeah, Richmond might not even get in the tournament. St. Louis is a team I like, and obviously they're behind VCU and Dayton in the A10, so that'd be maybe something I want to look to bet on conference tournament time. I don't want to say I still like Florida State sitting at 6-13 on the year, but they're 4-4 in the ACC, and if they start winning some games, that could be a team. How about you got North Carolina? Maybe they're gonna start playing a little better. I don't know. I got to look a little more. I've just been focused on like this the day to day than more of down the road. I think the Big 12. You'll have some value finding somebody coming out to do a run in the tournament. I mean that's a good conference. Higgs, good afternoon, by the way. I appreciate it, Wesley. Thank you. A must-win game. Give me Andy Pettit on the hill. Oh, Don's going Andy Pettit. No, see, so it was like not one game. It was pick a staff, and as good as Pettit was, he never had a super duper year. Like I mean, Mileta Perez. I think he was like 10-13 or 13-10 and doing like a 2.5 ERA and 200 something strikeouts. And I remember him pitching just a nasty, crazy breaking ball. They come in like this big, ridiculous pitch, like El Duque's pitch that he had back in the day. I can't imagine if I'm making a team, would I put Pettit on it for the Yanks since say like 84, 85 to today? I don't know. From one season, what was his best season, Don? Go give me his best season and then say there's not 5 other guys who had a better one season. And again, it's one season. Heck, I mean, Doc Gooden threw a no-hitter for that team. You're going to use the Doc Gooden no-hitter season? David Wells no-hitter season? I mean, Wells, I think, went 18-3 one season. I base my pitching on, like, the strikeouts. And I know people don't like ERA nowadays. But I need strikeouts and innings. Higgs rundowns 80% dogs. I'm sorry, Marcos. I'm sorry. I like dogs. Brian, Captain Bry. Good afternoon, Captain. Over Mizzou, Arkansas. No, 153 here, huh? It's come down. I'm going to say under, even though the value's gone at 155.5, and I like Missouri. But Marcos, on the dogs, I'm going to lean dogs. Because let's be honest, if Faves won 53, 54% of the time, there'd be no sports books and casinos and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm going to lean on the dogs. We're leaning doggies. Lane, what's up? What do you say here? College hoops for today. You got Army, yes. Colgate, Holy Cross over. All right, I got you want to go over to 142? I could say okay to that. It's actually come down. Okay, I have this over, so sure. San Diego State, I'm on the other side. Seton Hall, yes. As I mentioned, 9 times, 9 whole years there. My little Ferris Bueller, 9 times thing. Anyway, 9 years since UConn won in a road arena. Jacksonville Jaguars. Yes, you did have them. I wasn't sure. When you brought up the Jags, I'm thinking basketball. It's a Wednesday. I'm thinking college basketball. You had a winner yesterday on them or something. And we talked about expanding the playoffs, and here you have another Jags won their division. I mean, I said this last night. Do you think the Jags have a shot at winning the Super Bowl? Think the Giants have a shot at winning the Super Bowl? The Giants, it's the Giants are dangerous. I think what are they 3-5-1 their last 8 games? This is a dangerous team. Get the heck out of here. Big Waves. Good afternoon, Big Waves. LSU, yes. Although I would have liked that line's come down. I still like it though. Indiana State Sycamores. Big Wave play today. Navy wins by 10-15. I like it. 10-115. Wow. We're going alternate line. Big Waves, 10-115 point win by Navy today. I like them all. John, Indiana State. You know what? I got to tell you, I bet Indiana State last night at -1.5, -120. I'm worried now. The whole chat's on Indiana State, so I'm gonna pull my pen out and mark my Indiana State as a loser. Oh boy, loser. SMU Tulsa don't cover spreads, and that's a game.
I believe the SMU game's only like a 2.5 anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, Tulsa's a bad team, and SMU's not a team I like. I don't really want to be involved. I mean, I'll take the home dog because it's a game they could win against another bad team. Seagulls 9-2 college hoops last night. There you go. That's a nice win. Who'd you have last night? That's a good win.
I told you it wouldn't take that long because
all right, here we go. Let's go.
I went from 06 to current day when I started paying attention. My parents got me early with baseball. I don't have a specific lineup. I just have a position for each one.
That's fine.
All right. Start off with the DH. Because I didn't take him at first base.
Now you have a DH now in the National League.
Yes. I'm putting Alonso there. And there's a reason because I have a different first baseman that I got for this. But I have Alonso from his rookie year in 2019 where he hit 53 homers.
Pete Alonso. All right.
I had him there. There wasn't really much for catchers. I went Paul LaDuca. From 06 when he had his 318 batting average, his all-star year.
That's fine.
I went with him. Darno was a close second from when he was with us in 2015. But
here's a side note to LaDuca. So he was following me on Twitter, and then he went to like some game. I said, "Listen, Paul," and he was like a horse rusher guy. I said, "Just stop with your favorites, please." And then he like unfollowed me.
The funny thing is,
I unfollowed him. I'll unfollow you. I don't care, Paul.
So Paul LaDuca was my mom's favorite player growing up. And I remember commenting on one of his things, and then he ended up commenting back on me. I ended up DMing him on near Mother's Day. I'm like, hey, my mom's like your biggest fan. Can you follow her on Instagram? About 3 days later, my mom gives me a text message of Paul LaDuca follows you on Instagram.
I'd watch that because he hooked up with a friend of mine I went to high school with.
Oh, we're not worried about it.
He follows. Girls follow him. He jumps in their DM, so you better watch it. He'd be on Mom Patrol.
I'm not worried about it. It's one of my mom's hall passes. Not a big deal. First baseman.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding. First baseman. I went Carlos Delgado.
He had years.
He had a couple solid years with the Mets. I had him from 2008, where he had 38 homers and 115 RBIs. I tried not to do a lot of the 2022 players. I have 2 of them on my roster. Jeff McNeil at second base. He won the batting title, and Mets second basemen were very. I mean, I could have went with Murphy. That one probably could have been in a good spot, but it was Jeff McNeil, and that was pretty much it. Shortstop. I went Jose Reyes. I had the 2008 core in there. But I had him.
I mean, that guy. I mean, as much as Lindor's a good guy, dude, Reyes had some.
He hasn't done anything yet. He hasn't done anything.
Not in the Met, yeah. I mean,
no,
the hype's there, but I mean, Reyes hitting 300, 11 triples.
Reyes,
nice table setter.
Either take him 2007 or 2011. I took him. I said either one. 2007, 78 stolen bases. 2011, 337 batting average, which was fourth in the league. I believe that was the same year that Cabrera won the batting title or the Triple Crown. Third baseman, David Wright. I don't really have any other options. That was my main choice. 33 homers and 124 RBIs in 2008. That's the year I chose for him. There's a couple other years you could have chose too.
Yeah.
Outfielders, and this is where I start to get a little bit of fun. I did not put Brandon Nimmo in there, not yet. He's close, but not quite there. I have Carlos
Beltran. Guys who
Beltran.
had better years. Beltran, okay.
Beltran from 2006, 41 homers, 116 RBIs. Curtis Granderson. He was a good steal bases, good top of the lineup guy. I put him a little bit ahead of what Nimmo has done so far. And then the other one was Michael Conforto. He had a couple of good years, including 2015, 2016, where they made the World Series run and all that stuff. So Michael Conforto, I put him in there as well. So those are my 10 lineup pieces. My rotation, nice. I would be stupid to go anywhere else than Jacob deGrom at first.
Yeah.
I chose the 2018 season where he won the Cy Young in a 1.7 ERA. Here's where I start to get fun. R.A. Dickey from 2012.
His 20-win R.A. Dickey season?
His 20-6 year with a 2.73 Cy Young, season. 230 strikeouts, 5 complete games, 3 of them shutouts. I had to put in R.A. Dickey in there.
How could you? Well, that's the point. It's like put in the guy who's going to have that season. Like, why wouldn't you have that guy on your team?
2013 Matt Harvey.
I was going to say Black Knight had to be in there.
Yeah, he had to be in there. 2.27 ERA that year and an all-star. Obviously, I'm not putting records in there because all their records sucked. Noah Syndergaard from the 2016 season. He was an all-star, 14-9, 2.6 ERA. Went with him. And the final piece, I couldn't go anywhere else. Mr. Big Sexy Bartolo Colon. From his 2016 year where he was also an all-star, 15-8, 3.43 ERA wasn't fantastic, but I had to go Bartolo Colon. And then I have two closers. Edwin Diaz had to be in there because of his crazy year this year, 1.31 ERA and 118 strikeouts. And then the other one was Billy Wagner, 2008. He was an all-star, 2.3 ERA. So I kind of ran with that as my thing. I don't think it would be able to compete with your lineup because I know your Yankee team would probably beat this team, but this was
you don't know. It comes,
this would be the team that I would come up with a all-time. I mean, obviously, if I went from 1999, I could have grabbed a couple of the players from the 2000 roster, whatever. From the 2006 to present, I believe this would be the best Mets lineup that I can come up with. And I'm going to go ahead and retweet it onto your thing.
There was a show I remember watching when I was a kid, like in the 80s. ESPN would have it. I remember watching it was like the 74 Steelers versus like the 81 Redskins. And there'd be like a simulation, and it was like a real video of like what if kind of games. And there's actually a site that does what if. Like you could put a team, 86 Mets versus 98 Yankees or something, and it has like run simulations on them.
Yeah, there was. I know, like on 2K, you could do that where you set up certain rosters, and one person put like the new school versus the old school, and old school with MJ, and then crush them. Anyways,
not shocked. Yeah. The Trail Lane says, "Wait till later. We have to do a photo shoot and that big melon thumbnails of yours." Okay. Yeah. Tim knows we're going to start putting Capper's pics on the thumbnails. Are we really? I mean, I don't care. You could just my things on my Sean Higgs YouTube. I don't mind. Brandon the Great, Cincy line is now 3.5. What line is this? Cincy who? The Bearcats or the Bengals? I don't know if it's already the Cincinnati line. I thought this would be a 3.5 opener. It was at 4. It went up a little bit. That's because you have some offensive line concerns. I mean, I still like the Bengals, Brandon. Steven missed yesterday's show. Well, I'm sorry, but you're here today, Steven, so don't worry about yesterday. Yesterday. It was only just a day away. Tate the Great. I enjoy your play today. College basketball is a pretty thing today. Hitting the like button. Well, thanks you for hitting the like button for that. Please do it when it's not pretty. Just hit the like button. I meant 15, not 115. I like the 115 better, Big Waves. Big Waves, I was watching Point Break, and I was thinking of you and surfing. Although it's not really a surfing movie, but just got to get out the bells, man. The biggest waves. No way, bells is bigger than Waimea. Sorry, I got to do a little Point Break. Tim Steiner, like, what the Point Break? Pound it. YMCA kids, a sneaky dog at +4 today. Can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm back in USF. We know that you hate South Florida basketball and football, but I kind of like them at the 4 here too. I mean, they're home. I'm just not that sold on Cincy. It's just not. It's not. It's not like your typical Cincy team of years past. I think I could be wrong. It's just I didn't bet it, but I like the home dog here. Providence Marquette over to 151.5. Listen, give me Providence here. I don't care about the total. I mean, someone said the Providence line's 8. I'm going to bet it after the show. I like the Lobos are Creighton for deep runs. Creighton, yeah. New Mexico. I always like New Mexico, and they end up getting knocked out in the second round. I mean, we could probably find something else in the Mountain West. Bill, sorry I had to step out. Did you say you like Providence plus the 8 today? Yes, I did. I did, and it's 8. And again, it's pause because it was a 6 earlier. Now it's 8, which I don't get because I mean my number and every number I've seen from guys I respect is around 5. So 8 kind of jumps out at me. Maybe they're missing something or somebody or some persons. Jim Esque. Does anybody like USF today? Yes. Let me tell you, Anthony's in USF's backyard, and usually he hates him. So him to be on him, you got to like him today. Yes. Steven, Virginia Tech under. I like the over in that one. I like the over. Auburn. I mean, I'm got to look for it. When I go look, I don't have anything really strong on either side of it. Under 137.5. I would probably lean under there because I do like LSU. And LSU, my concern on why I did not bet LSU today. Last game, would they lose by 40? I mean, they put 56 points up against Florida, 56 for them. The scoring is a issue, which is why I really don't. I like it, and it's come down to 4. Under, yes. Indiana State, no opinion on this one. Indiana, I'm on Indiana State and basically I pick them. I won here. I need them to pull away and not be close. A&M, yes. Duquesne, I would lean to Bonnie's there, but listen, is Duquesne a better team? We just talked about them in the A10 here, record-wise. They're at the top here with sitting at 3-2 with a game back of VCU and the like. But I lean Bonnie. St. Louis, yes. Chattanooga, the Mocs against Money Earning Furman. I like the Firms. Bet on my all Yankee team from the 1-0 win versus Braves in '96 World Series. Yeah, that was a good one. Nathan, Metropolitans always start off fire in baseball. Well, there's the kiss of death right there. Tim, mental note for yourself. You know what happens here? Verlander and Scherzer. We're going to push it back a start.
Can I put Nathan in timeout?
We're going to push it back a start.
I'm going to put Nathan in timeout. Can you not jinx my Mets? They're already the most jinxed franchise in the history of sports.
Somebody's on the 15-day deal. He's a little tired arm. He's got the old tired arm in March.
Can we not, Nathan? Can we not? Thank you very much.
Best bets with Team Money. Working this afternoon. You got me loving Seton Hall. It's 172. I know you love your money lines, and this is a spot I think you should get with Seton Hall. As I mentioned, 9 years they haven't run in a real arena with fans against the other team. Neutrals are one thing. That's fine. They're neutral courts. That's why they're called neutral courts. They dropped all 3 this season as favorites. I mean, at least the points, you got a fighting chance. You got more than a fighting chance. It's been 9 years. I don't even know what a team plays on the road. So Big East, say they have what? Say they have 8 road games, maybe, right? They play. I'm saying 8 because the Big East, the number of teams has changed over years. Let's just say they play 8 games a year on the road over 9 years. So it's been exactly 9 years. Let's just say 8 years. We won't even throw into maybe they won before that and half a season at home. That's 0-64. Forget the COVID years. Basically, they'll say they're 0-50 their last 50 games on the road in Big East play. Think about that. And they've won national championships. They're 0-50. I gotta go. I'm gonna have to waste some time. I had some things to do before the free pick show. Now I'm gonna have to go and count up UConn and their 0-70 run in true road games. Marcos, dogs make us money. So I feel, yes, Marcos, they do. 9 times. I don't remember being asked that many times. States are great. Usually the parents don't, Mrs. Bueller. Bill McDonald, I think Cowboys plus the points. Rookie has to be feeling pressure. Here's the thing, Bill, right? Everyone's saying, everybody's, everybody appreciates what they see the week before. And on Monday Night Football, you saw Super Dak, 300 yards, touchdowns all over the place, making plays with his legs. You saw Dallas, midseason Dallas, when Dak came back. The offense got a little going. I should even say, not even this year, you haven't really seen a really good Dak. Right? He missed. But let's remember, I said beginning of the year, this team was a under team. I was worried about the offensive line being banged up, the wide receiving core. Dak got hurt. He was out. Cooper Rush came in, saved the day. So we haven't seen a good, healthy Dak or a crisp Dak this season, I don't think. We've seen flares of it. Now, I think the line came down based on that a little bit. He is a rookie quarterback. Okay, he's got to start under his belt. You know what? Dan Quinn's he's been a head coach, coordinator. I mean, he's a good coordinator. Go back, check out his teams. I mean, again, am I a little biased towards the boys? Yeah. On the same token, I'm the guy saying here that San Fran and Cincy are my Super Bowl picks when December rolled around. Cincy College Hoops. No. I do like St. Louis, the Billikens. Best bets, Team Money, UCLA and Houston. It's their NCAA title to lose. UCLA. Really? I mean, I don't know.
Can't count the Vols out either. I do like the Vols.
I mean, I don't think you count out Alabama.
Them
Houston's
too.
right there.
But right now, our top 5 is Houston, Alabama, Tennessee, UCLA, and Kansas. So
I was gonna say you could pick 3 teams from the Big 12 to be in the Final Four. I think. I mean, as much as this is the NFC East Invitational for the divisional round weekend, the Sweet 16 could have like 6 or 7, depending on the seedings, Big 12 teams. I think the Big 12 is really good.
And I will say, I'll go on.
It's not
and
close.
I'll say
there's
now,
not a better one.
No,
and I'll say the West Coast Conference this year will not be won by Gonzaga. I'll take St. Mary's. We have St. Mary's as number 10 in our rankings.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I've been fading Gonzaga as favorites.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, they're always in an inflated line. It's going to come down to Mary's beating them to win that.
Yeah.
Now, when you say not to win it, are you talking regular season or a tournament?
Either
one.
Look at this guy. Waiting for the day he starts busting out tennis picks. States are great.
You're going to be
That's
waiting
gonna be a while.
while.
That's be a while. I mean, I'm just branching into putting out NBA in back-to-back days. James S is in the house. Welcome. Support just missed turning 25 cents at the 307. There we go. This is the fun with the parlays, though. It looks good, and then you're like, I got to do it again. At least it's only a quarter, though. Good job, Steven. Lenny, my Tiger teams would be tired. 84-85 team just to switch out Cabrera and Butch Rodriguez. Willie Hernandez coming in to close out things. How can you say that? You wouldn't have like Verlander on one of those pitching staffs? Or Scherzer?
Yeah, but I'm about to say Verlander, Scherzer. Yeah, yes, I had R.A. Dickey on my team. Yes, I did.
I mean,
You're dang right, I did.
I mean, Mickey Tettleton, Bobby Higginson. I mean, I guess Trammell Whitaker were already there. Come on, Matt Noakes. Arizona State's not playing today. LeDuc is a gambling fraud. They call him as horse stuff. Yeah, I know. I said something to him about and then he blocked me. I was like, and it was more like, hey, I guess he was just following back people. So I just gave him a little advice on grab some dogs sometimes. Really, Paul? All right, whatever. I mean, I don't need you to follow me. Rob Thomas shot says, Knicks first half. How about Dressatelli? That's your guy. That is your guy scoring goals. 90s Bulls. For what? What are we talking about? We're talking baseball. Nathan. Baseball. No Galdania, no Carlos Delgado or Sean Estes. Johan.
I
yeah,
had
but
Delgado.
but
Delgado was my first baseman, and then Sean. I don't know who that is.
yeah, that's
I was going
before
from
him.
2006 on because
When
I
he
was born in
said,
99.
yeah, Anthony, it's got to be like he's younger.
It's got to
than
be
us.
people that I watched.
It's got to be people who watch. Like when
And
he
no,
said
I'm not putting
Alonso,
Johan Santana in there. Give me a break.
I thought it
He
was
threw a no hitter, but that shouldn't have been a no hitter.
I thought it was Edgar Alonso or Edgar Alfonso.
I could have chosen. I could if I wanted to say, oh, I'll just choose from my lifetime. I could have chosen players from the 2000 team. Like I could have gone out. I didn't. I chose from 2006 because that's kind of when I started paying attention.
Yes.
I went to 20 games in 2008, and that's kind of where I started. So that's why I chose 2006 onwards. So
the Providence line, I don't understand why it's moved, Bill. Yogi, yeah. I mean, I can't put those kind of guys out. As much, I mean, 84,
you
85.
weren't around for Yogi?
There we go. Get the block button out for you. Georgia plus 11 was looking great. They got smoked second half, Bill. Yeah, I know. They gave up 51 points. Terrible. Like Furman too, yeah. Money earning Furman, baby. Beanjix is one thing, stinking is another, Detroit Lenny says about the Mets. Michael Walker, Providence. Yeah, I like Providence. Bill McDonald's, West Virginia favored. They're 0-5. Yeah, exactly. West Virginia, baby. Why are they favored at 0-5? I'm back on West Virginia. Gentle Cole says LSU. I like LSU. I would like better at 6. The problem with LSU, I mentioned, they can't score. Look at the points they put up recently. That's again, I'd rather have 6 than a 4. What happened to Brooklyn last night? Hello, it's Brooklyn. This is what happens sometimes. They lay eggs. Terrible.
Which sucks because I was thinking about because I was supposed to do the free pick video for it yesterday. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take the over. I said I was looking towards Spurs outright, but of course I didn't bet that.
Yeah, at the over though, that was nowhere near happening. Javier 8.5 over DePaul. I would lean a little DePaul Blue Demons. Nathan, tomorrow I'm doing $1.50 3-teamer to collect 600 in college hoops. Virginia Tech. I would lean a little Tech. I like the over more, Mr. Cole. Cowgirls will do nothing. Here comes James talking his nonsense. Ricketts, have a great day. I made to say bye. I appreciate it, Ricketts. Thank you. Just came in to say hello. Okay, bye. I missed some R.A. Dickey talk. How'd that guy? Yeah, exactly. That's what happens when you come in late. Xavier's about as well run as anybody. I like Xavier's team. But again, you're laying 8, 9. You win it by double digits on the road. I'll take my shot with a home team like that. JK Marquette tough at home, long travel for a weeknight game. Big East teams from coast. Again with the Marquette game, it's at home, even on the road. Marquette, I like them better as a dog. But now I got to find out why the line went to 6-8. I mean, that just, as I said, I'm not a. And I come up with my little number where I think a team should be at. And then you look at other people's numbers that come, and guys I really like. I mean, whatever. We could talk about Bartovic or Haslam or Kempom. No one's near an 8 on this game. So something's up. You can't have a Tigers team without Cecil and Trammell. Here we go. Cecil. Big Daddy. Big Daddy. Mizzou. Yes, Mizzou tonight. All right, we got to run out of here. It's after 1. Have a good one.